Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 141 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Now, I'm going to let you guys know that I have already bought Pillars of Eternity 2, and I have actually played a little bit of it. So I do know a few things, but I did keep myself from creating a history, which you can do in the game to obviously set up the actual, because it takes place right after this. So I made sure I obviously didn't spoil anything for myself, but obviously there's a few things I did know, but I just wanted to see what it was like so I could test the new systems, and holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, I have got a newfound motivation to get this finished so we can get on to that. And I'm not going to lie, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably just going to get all... I'm probably going to ignore all of the side quests, because when we go... I'm going to say this now, so so everyone can understand that. When I play Pillars of Eternity 2, I will be using a semi...
Did you hear that? ...
imported character.
About our awakenings being permanent?
I do not intend to keep or to use... Aldwyn. I intend to have a new character, because obviously I don't just want to play as a cipher for another game. Or at least as far as I know. I haven't really... Put it this way, ladies and gentlemen, we'll decide on the day, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be making a new character. But Alof wants to talk to us, let's talk to him.
If those Delamgon are right, you and I are stuck with our awakenings. Not quite the news I was hoping for.
It just means we've got to focus on finding Theos.
Yes, focus on the goal. A sensible perspective, particularly in the midst of such uncertainty. And while I hate to turn the subject back to myself, this all has me thinking about Isilmir. I'm stuck with her now.
She's not that bad.
Overstarched tunics, burnt toast, Rawatai sherry, those are not that bad. But having a stranger pop in and out of your head at will, it's unpleasant, I assure you.
And on the bright side, I've got plenty of time to figure out how to deal with her. Your whole life you've been taking orders. If you can't assert your authority over her, you'll never have it anywhere else.
It's hard to be comfortable in your own skin when you're sharing it with someone else.
Even as he says it, something struggles within him. The muscles in his face twitch and his skin quivers. His eyes roll back in his skull, exposing silver slivers of white. Sweat beads glistened on his forehead. After several seconds, he sighs and looks back at you. That wasn't as difficult as I expected. I think, deep down, I'd always been hoped to have find a solution elsewhere. When I was a child, I always thought my mother would come home with a mysterious cure. Or that my father, without knowing it, could somehow send her away just as he'd called her forth. I can't pretend that I didn't spend years of my arcane training hoping that one day one of my instructors would have the answers somewhere in his grimoire. When I joined the Leaden Key, I hoped and believed this. With enough loyal service, I'd gain the ear of someone in the organization who could help me. Even when I met you and realized your unique talents, I hoped that you might be able to reach into my soul the way I've seen you do with so many others. I've been looking for someone else to solve my problem, and now I realize that I've got to face it on my own. That's how it's supposed to be. You search for answers elsewhere and find them in yourself.
That's a charming way to think of things. And not an unpleasant one either. That reminds me of something else the Delamgon said. About the gods not being real.
They did tell us to pray to the gods, so that can't be entirely true.
Yes, I suppose so. Still, I can't help but worry at the state we'd be in if that was somehow true. If there were no power guiding us in this life and shepherding us to the next.
I'm sure we'd find our way on our own.
I hope you're right.
We should get moving. So now we have to find somewhere that resembles a battle between a lion and a... Found it! If this isn't it, I'm going to be surprised, because this is exactly what he said. A lion's head and a wolf's head, I believe. I'm pretty sure it must be Old Song. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I know, we are in the last couple of parts, probably 10 or so parts. And I'm probably going to knock these all out as quick as possible, just to, you know, it makes sense too. So let me check this again. So, yeah. Earn Divine Favor. It seems the gods want something from me as well. To earn favor, I'll have to complete a task given to me in the vision. Galwain showed me a battle between a great lion and a mighty bear. Wait, what? I thought it was a fucking wolf. A great lion and a mighty bear. Where the fuck is that? A great lion and a mighty bear. Huh. I actually don't know that one. Fuck. I was thinking it was the wolf. Shit. Well, it's definitely not the White March because that's a DLC, so it won't... Oh, the main story never asked you to go to a DLC area unless the DLC comes with the game from the start. Like, so it's like a pre-order bonus or something like that. Actually, no, even then it still wouldn't because that wouldn't obviously make... Doesn't matter. So basically, it won't ask us to go anywhere that isn't on the normal map. So where the fuck is it asking me to go? It's not asking me to go back to here. I'm going to guess that much. It could be asking me to go to Northfield. But would it be? And I left my Discord open. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. That's probably going to be annoying. I can't close it now, but oh well. Showed a battle between a great lion and a mighty bear. Bestiary. Bears. Eastern Reach. That's Eastern Wood. Got any lions in there? Fuck's sake, that's actually going to be really annoying. So both lie in the Eastern Reach. How to get to Northfield? I'm gonna guess we leave this way. So we're gonna go this way, and we'll see. Let's see if it's in Northfield, because that's one of the few places we haven't been. So I'm hoping that it's here. I doubt it'll be that easy though, because it never is. But we'll see. We will see.
Margaret's fire casts light in
This
dark
one
place.
is one of our side quests, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, oh, right. Wait, it's not that one, it was this one. Mercy of Tribes. Oh, fucking hell. I knew that the fucking this wolf head mentioned. It's because it is. So we need to go there to learn more. I fucking knew that was. That's why I was blanking for a second. I knew there was something to do with that the wolf's head, but I just could not fucking for the life of me figure out what it was. In we go.
Nice.
I wonder what's in here. So,
Arensi has no right to defend that cowering cat in the back of the maw.
Then track her down and tell her yourself. Look, Estremor, this is no place for sightseeing. The beasts of Galloway's Maw are dangerous, and now more than ever. If you want to see some pretty Glanfathan places, go to Elm's Reach.
this is Galloway's Maw?
Yes, a den of beasts sacred to the Lord of the Hunt himself. Historically, the greatest predator of Air Glanfath has claimed the back of the Maw as its lair. Lately, however, there's been some dispute as to who should occupy that position. And it's leading to discord among our hunters.
Something else? I prefer action to talk, but I'll answer your question as best I can. What's wrong with the beasts?
They won't fight.
And it's Galloway's will that they battle?
This is truth.
The moor has always been a home to one great predator. Every so often a challenger comes along, and the two battle for territory. But Sul remains in her den, and Orenis can't confront her there. Now two mighty predators, and their kin, hunt for them from the same stock. It's fitting the herd, and it's fitting patience around here too. He resumes his pacing, and this waiting. It's not like another deliberate, watchful waiting of a hunter lying in ambush. It's stagnation, tedium, hoping for something to happen. He clenches his hands into fists, but I'm powerless to act. One half of the fangs will cry favoritism if I drag the lioness out myself. I received a vision from Galloway about these beasts. His eyes go wide. From the clever hound himself? He looks you up and down. If you truly have Galloway's blessing, I won't stand in your way, but I can believe he sees a cunning champion in you. He gives you a heavy iron key. We don't normally permit outsiders to venture into the moor, but you understand that you must do so your own risk. And Saul's lions are likely to attack intruders on sight. Still, perhaps you can coax her into fighting the bear. Do whatever you can to end this stalemate. Well, thank fuck we came here. No, that's the wrong button. Right, here we go. So, didn't think we'd gonna be. I didn't think we'd get immediately be set upon by pricks.
Go.
Dude, why is your first action not to immediately fuck everyone up with lightning?
Gotcha.
Like, you would seriously be making people's lives so much quicker if you just did that. Yeah, it looks like that hammer really has, sorry, the horn really has outlived its usefulness in every single sense. Like it just seems to be pretty pointless now. Fuck this cunt up. Yeah, he shouldn't last long. The Lion Champion, yeah, like I said, like I was saying, should not last long. Don't activate a spell after we fucking finish the battle, you bellend. Let's get back to stealthy, being stealthy. That's another way up to the Old Song District. We want to go into the moor and complete our vision. Because I honestly don't think there's much left of this game, and I'm getting kind of hyped just knowing we're going to be at the end. Because this has been a long series, ladies and gentlemen. 140 odd parts is not a lot more than I think this is even more than Spellforce 3. Which, as you could tell at the end of Spellforce 3, there was a lot less worrying. It was a lot more just getting the game done because of the fact that we'd done so much. But this game's a bit different, so I'm gonna make sure I give this game the attention it deserves. So let's keep ourselves, because remember, well, that lion got literally butt fucked. Let's keep fast off for now.
Got it done.
I must admit, though, ladies and gentlemen, the control discrepancies between the two games is getting not annoying, but it's getting confusing. Fucking Alof! Piss off!
Let's go.
God damn Alof, always getting in the way, eh? Always in the way.
Grit!
You've used the majority of your spells already. I must admit, that's the one thing I like about classes that don't have like limits on their spells. It really does make life a little bit fucking easier. God. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I really apologize about if Discord's bringing you guys out of this a little bit. Ooh, what's this? A thick snarled tangle of dagger-sharp thorns and vines has grown across this passage. As you look on, the entire wall of vegetation seems to move, almost like it were breathing. Thick coils of vine twist and writhe across the gap with a quiet rustle of foliage. I'm going to examine the vines. Through the gaps, in the twisting vegetation, you catch the brief glimpses of what seems to be a wide, circular chamber. From time to time, you catch sight of tawny hides, and the rustling of the vines is briefly obscured by low growls. Let's try to sneak through. You find a brief opportunity as two vines move in opposite direction, clearing the path, and you step forward. You start off well, moving carefully around the past the web of plants, but halfway through, Alof steps on a dry, dead branch, and a vine suddenly darts towards him forward with a natural speed. The vines tighten mercilessly around Alof's leg, and the ensuing struggle shakes the surrounding vegetation, stirring it into a writhing frenzy. Alof finally tears their way free, and limps out past the wall. You step out to into the next chamber. Alof is pretty much fucked, so let's just rest. There's no time constraints. There's no reason for not rest. Holy shit, that's a big lion. An elven woman intercepts you as you advance into their lair. Behind her is the largest lioness you've ever seen, a sleek beast with fangs as long as carving knives. The woman blocks your path to the lioness, and seemingly at ease around the monster. This is Sul's domain, Estremor. She shall not leave it for Orenus, or any other challenger. Why does Sul refuse to face Orenus? Orenus is welcome to confront her here, as many challengers have in the past. What the Beer supporters want is for Sul to leave her lair and to fight in the open, where he has an advantage. But why should she? If Sul has an advantage here, it's one she's earned. Would anyone expect to blunt the bear's claws in order to prevent even the odds? The Lord of the Hunt gives unique advantages to each. It's not for us to decide that some of them are worth less than others. The lioness gives a low growl, and Rensi smiles. Also, Sul has recently given birth to cubs. They're small now, but when they grow, they'll be mightier than either Sul or Orenus. But if Sul is killed in combat, their bear will tear her young to shreds. Such is the way of the wild. Her legacy is too valuable to perish this way. If we truly want the mightiest of beasts in the moor, then her cubs must grow to maturity. What are you doing here with Sol? She looks at the lion with something between fondness and admiration, defending the rightful champion of Galawain's moor. Orenus supporters would have her oust in favour of a bear that isn't strong enough to come and seize a territory on its own. She's not wrong. Like, I'll give her that. You know what? I'll deal with Orenus. Good, that bear isn't nearly as strong as Aiden and his followers think. If someone were to prove just how easily that bear can be killed, that would cure everyone of their delusions about it. Heravis glares at you with a worried smirk. I'm worried what Galawain will think of all this. His great lioness gets someone else to deal with her challenger. He falls silent for a moment before becoming instantly cheerful. And I would love to watch someone other than me offend the great Seeker God. I can't wait to see how he tests them for their lack of decisiveness. That's a big-ass fucking bear! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just so I can deal with the Discord thing, I'm going to end this part here. In the next part, we'll continue on. See you guys then.